Evening, ladies. What up, bad for you? What up, Drawer? Hey, Petey, what up? Well, we made it again. What up, Bert? Jerry? John? What's up? Nah, we just literally started. I was 5 minutes or so late. Like normal. Let me see if I can put this over this. And have my phone hooked up. Ran out my SSR. Damn. That's probably it's probably the difference between weird West Coast and middle of America time. I would imagine 9 minutes, yeah. Buck, yeah, what are we doing? Well, usually I hem haul around and BS forever before I get into this. I don't got time for that shit tonight. Alright, so I'm prepping to get everything going. Yes, I am. I have 2 dads too. So, yeah, I'm prepping. Who was the quickie that got a hold of that one? I barely got a chance to respond. Somebody's got fast thumbs. Who gets the credit for that one? Does it say? Oh, okay. Get her done, Lift. So, shout out to Lift. I swear to God, dude, I swear to God, I almost put one on. But I'm like, I'm not about to dirty a shirt just to be stupid and joke. I swear to you, I was going to, though, Tim. That's funny you said that. So, I'm prepping, kind of getting going, and, my eyes are still kind of wonky. So I'm prepping, trying to get going for this, and I start thinking, man, it's kind of a weak week, and I was like, it's just gonna kind of be. There's nothing special. Let's just say that. You know, normal one. Sometimes if I can really get myself into the mode, I can turn it into a good live. But like, I was a bit like, but there was some stuff that I had skipped over, and I was like, I don't like it, John says. But there was some stuff that I skipped over, and then I went back and watched it, and one of y'all, I live absolutely rent free in your head. So I know it's probably more than one, but I live. What up, Randy? Rent free at all times. So we'll get to it. I don't want to jump into that one first because we'll kind of build to it. But we'll start off. You know what? Since Randy popped in, let's start off with guilty of treason. So this week's video was coming out. It's for members only. Right on. Awesome. Just know this is a bit of a test for me, a bit of an experiment that's come at the right time. Everybody boo-hooed about, well, I want to watch your content, but it's on members. I want to watch your content, but you monetized it. So all of that's gone, and when you don't watch it now, and I go back to members, I don't care. I absolutely don't care at that point. So, yes, that's what I'm saying. It needs to. It needs to. So, guilty of treason. 5 years later, we're back at Gordy's for another huge cottonwood removal. Now, I wanna gripe about that title, but it's kind of, he kind of gets away with it because I'm, like I've said before, I'm a ... guy. You know, I like to make run-on sentences, and I feel like as long as you slam some ... dots in there, you get away with it. So I'm gonna say that title passes. It's not the best, but it passes. So here's what I thought was awesome about this. So they're back at Gordy's house, and like, it instantly like clicks into my head the video with Jed when him and Jed were there, and they did the other massive cottonwood. I think they climbed together, so it was like good time, good video, and like it just reminds you like, damn, that's another dude that I respect fully. He didn't care about what you thought about him on the internet. He didn't care if you viewed, liked, and shared his videos. I don't even know if he made videos. He was just a confident male who was good at what he did, and was, some of you may not like to hear it, but some guys are cool. Some guys just aren't. Some you either have it or you don't. I mean, you can be popular, not be cool. But, you know, it is what it is. So, like, shout out to Jed. You know, he'll forever be missed. That was a good dude. And then, of course, hang on. Cottonwoods are trees. And the straws. So, instantly sponsored video, and I'm like, ugh, I want to get mad at that. I want to say you suck for doing a sponsored video, but at least he's being honest. He's not shilling a product pretending like, oh, I don't know nothing about this product, just, ooh, it's so good, so amazing. No, he's straight up. Not to mention, it's a product he's backed since it came out. Speed Cut Nano stuff from Oregon, so it ends up being a sponsored video. Shout out to Jacob. That's awesome that you can get that kind of stuff going on, and it's cool that it was something that you didn't have to shill that you don't like for the sake of the money. That's something that he has advocated and backed since the get go when he had spread himself too thin and started Savvy Supplies. But it passes. I want to say sponsored video. What up, Fred? No, but it goes. So the video gets going. They head up their trees. Randy's gonna climb one. Jacob's gonna climb the other. This is something you need to think about. If you haven't went to Randy, Guilty of Randy. It's all one word. Now, if you haven't went there and subscribed, shame on you, first of all. The content, it will 100% be top-notch, state-of-the-art, things that you've never even thought about viewing before. And if you don't subscribe, you'll never find out. But listen to the amount of effort and detail this man puts into your entertainment. This is what I got. Got three of them. God dang it! They better give me more than that. I'll be pissed. You know what? But it's a product you like. If you got any, yeah, it's still cool. But Jacob deserves more than that. So Randy, Jacob, like I said, Jacob gets a head start. You have to give the guy a head start. You're playing on two different, levels. So Jacob heads up. Randy heads up. Randy is so he cares about your entertainment so much. Listen to what he did. He purposely puts his chain on backwards for the sake of laughter. Just, what up, Dan? Hoonigan, what up? So just to make you laugh, this guy climbs all the way up into the tree just to use the chainsaw and be like, oh no, I accidentally put the chain on backwards. He would never do that. That was just to make you laugh, just so you know. Oh yeah, did I say it right though? So yeah, my notes just say Randy purposely puts chain on backwards of his blade just to be funny. And I just thought that was awesome. I mean, that guy, if you haven't subscribed, you're absolutely blowing it, but that's on you. So then rumor ends up going around that Big Flav got into some trouble. Ends up he got a DWD, okay? No more droning for him. He was drinking, ends up wrecking the drone. CDL gone. That's a bummer, but I think we'll hear more about it. We'll see what happened later on. But so cottonwood trees in general, they suck. And they're stinky. They smell like shit. What up, Eric? So Jacob heads up into one, like I said, and you got Randy up in the other one. Well, the bigger one. You got Big Flav, and I'm watching on the video, and instantly I'm like, why has Big Flav not put out a how-to video on how to tie a GoPro battery? That is content that is lacking on YouTube. It's new. It's something that hasn't been done 50,000 times. I think people need a how-to tie a GoPro battery on video. This is just my own opinion, but I think he should personally do the how-to video with his super deep voice. looking all tall and stuff, and like just it just needs to happen. It's something that is lacking on YouTube. I've never seen. So Jacob is in his tree. He absolutely 100% disrespects Gordy's nursery fir plants that he's planted. He destroys this thing and starts getting all scared, and his knees start knocking, all because of a little bit of wind. Um, and he gets nervous. Randy basically beats him like he was a stepchild, like dominates him, and even takes some breaks because he feels bad to let Jacob, kind of catch up. Still, he ends up, I think, down, and Jacob's still got half his tree. I don't know what Jacob's farting around doing, but he's still in his tree. Ends up hitting the little fir trees, and then it kind of cuts down after Randy gets down, and you can kind of see more with Gordy. Now, when I said some guys have it, some guys just don't. You're either cool or you're not cool. Gordy's cool. Like, Gordy's he's cool. He knows it. Um, I've kind of always felt like that with Gordy. It's just, and I think it may be like the thing I like the most is that he may record content for you, but you can tell he don't give a damn about it, and I love that. Um, so Jacob finally, after hours and hours of waiting, and him being like, "Hang on, I'm waiting for the wind to let down," he's hugging the tree like you ever seen the you ever seen that meme of Trevor Ahern when he's like, "My first tree," and he's like got his gaffs out and he's hugging the tree? He basically was up in the tree looking like that, waiting for the wind to calm down so he could do his cuts. I don't know what he's so scared about, but he finally gets his stuff done and comes down. They're following Jacob's log, and it's a squirter. I don't know if any of you guys have ever ran into it when you're doing cottonwood trees. I cut one down. Actually, it's not where I live now. It's probably a half a mile away. I cut one down next to a house, and I'm telling you that this tree probably roared out a couple 100 gallons of water. I legitimately thought that I hit a water main that was like inside of the tree, and I couldn't figure out how it happened. It was a little hollow, had like the smallest little hollow section in the inside of the tree. But as I fell the log, it was it was kind of wet as you're working the tree down. But the log, as soon as it hit, I'm telling you, it started roaring water out, and it roared water to where there was a legitimate creek for over an hour, to the point I thought I had broke something. I thought I had busted a water main under the ground, and it was shooting out of the. I was trying to figure like what could it be, but those things, I don't know what the deal is with them. If they can get tapped into like a certain amount of water or something, but my mind was blown when I did this. So the cottonwood was a good. Yeah, she was a squirter for sure. Definitely. Damn, I should have. I wish I would have thought of that. God damn it. Yeah, facts. God dang. It really pisses me off when someone says something funnier than me. So just know that when you're thinking about saying something funny, I probably don't like it. So 48 minutes into this video, and then Jacob, that's my guy. He doesn't disappoint. At one point in this video, he's up in the tree and he's talking about how his little baby feet must be too big for his body because he falls over all the time or something like that. I don't. Maybe your head. I think his head weighs too much. That's what I think it is. I think he's got a heavy head, so he falls over. He's top heavy, but it's not your feet. It's not your feet. No, I think he's got little baby feet. But he started to say, "Man, I've always fell over and fallen and tripped my whole life, and I've been disappointed." the past few videos. Actually, really pisses me off, and I just don't like it. But he's not falling no more. And my guy makes sure to fall flat on his ass, and I loved it. It was great. He fell just straight on his face at the. So if maybe guilty of treason isn't, maybe Jacob's not your cup of tea. I think he's everyone's cup of tea because I think he has all of the subscribers and he's making all the monies. So, but if you're the few, 2, 3 people out there that don't watch, you can go to the 48-minute mark and watch him fall on his face, and then you don't have to watch anything else. That was quality. It was good. I liked it. We need more of that. So, Jacob, if you're watching, a little more of that. Your feet aren't big, okay? You got baby feet. So yeah, he was like a couple foot from his tie-in point, talking about. I heard he can suck start a Harley. Think about that. My guy 850 put me onto that one. I didn't even know. I didn't even know you could do that. That's the first I've ever heard of it. And I have 2 motorcycles. So, so Jacob, we're no tickets tonight. I probably would definitely fill out a few citations, if not for falling on his face. So, you get away. We're gonna let you go on this one. Thanks, Eric. That's good stuff, Tim. That's good stuff. That's my move, Troy. God, dog, man. So, there. You need an example on how to take being a real man and razzing some people. That's how you. This is the way it works, okay? For the sensitive type out there that get their feelings hurt, that are watching in the background right now and worried, when's he gonna say it? When's he gonna say it? When's he gonna talk about me? Give me a minute. I'm getting ready to. So but just FYI, this is how men handle it. I know the rest of the internet is super soft and like everybody talks about their feelings and all the extra feelings that they have, but yeah, if you're not zesty, this is how it works. I don't know if you ever worked with real men before, but this is what we do usually at work. So, I'm not. I can take it right on, Birdie. It's definitely not you, brother. All right. So, so next channel is Climber Drew. Oh, and Troyer, just FYI, if you want Mr. Schroeder to respond to your comments, do not say my name, okay? Some people have extra feelings, cannot take any criticism or razzing. They get their feelings hurt instantly. They start to say, because their feelings get hurt, they start to say they don't see the humor in it. It's not funny to them. They don't. What's funny? So if you do, just FYI, I guarantee you, I haven't looked, but I watched video and then I seen that your comment actually popped up below the video at one point, and I was like, oh, homie said something about me. Don't say my name if you want him to comment back, okay? I work with a bunch of old idiots, odd idiots. Well, so Climber Drew, next video is next channel. He put out a video called "Which Trees Are We Supposed to Cut?" Question mark, exclamation point, and quote, Storm Cleanup Part 2. That's not how you make a title, okay? What's up, Will? That's a little much. That's a little too much. You could have put it like Part 2 on the thumbnail or something. We'd have figured it out. I'm so fucking chilling. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, I don't know what's up with Drew. I think he may have um early Alzheimer's starting to set in because he can't remember what trees he's supposed to cut down, which ones he's supposed to top, if he's even supposed to be in the tree that he's in. So I just look out for him. He may need some help. I can't even remember what the intro. Oh my god! Now I remember. I just have gay slash zesty intro. This is modern day YouTube. I don't like it, but now I remember. He started talking about the girth of something, and like it got super sexual, and I don't like that. I don't like that. That would. I don't want that. I don't want any of that. Stop that. Um. Then then it goes on from there. But he starts to talk about when he makes mistakes in tree work, and he said he's talked about it before. But he says that he thinks that the mistakes that he makes are a result of him not being able to predict the future. I don't know. I see my issue with that is I try to be a good tree climber, not a psychic. Like not a psychic. I can predict what a lot of guys on YouTube are gonna do, the way they're gonna respond. That's only because I'm a really good read of people, and I don't know what's going on here. That's not the problem here, Drew. It's not because you can't predict the future. It's called experience, skill. I'm not saying you're not skilled, but skill doesn't stay stagnant usually. It builds. It gets higher. It gets better. Um, and you can't buy experience or skill. You can't learn it from a YouTube video. It's either put the time in, develop it, grow it, or guess all the time. Have to predict the future. And that's where I have like a little disconnect. I don't I usually know the outcome of 90% of the things I'm gonna do, because of that. There are those times where like fluke things can happen, but you prepare for those. Prepare for the worst, expect the best. But that's I don't know about this predicting the future thing. So he has a tree stuck in another tree. He has this guy take it. He routes it after the big confusion of what tree he's even doing, which one he's supposed to cut, who's supposed to be on job site, is this the right house? Did I wear underwear? He's different. He figures all that kind of stuff out, and then he's like, "Hey, we're gonna take this tree, and I'm gonna cut the connection points that are holding this tree up. So let's anchor it to the bottom." Now, instead of going and buying himself a GB bollard, getting himself a porter wrap, hell, even using a damn figure eight, he just has his ground guy partner tie the rope off with like some knots. Now, you really don't have to do that kind of stuff, because you can just like, I don't know if most guys just don't know this, but if you take the rope, wrap it around this way, go over the top of the rope, go back around the other way, go over the top of the rope, go back the other way, you put the rope in multiple bites, then you can tie a couple half hitches, and what happens is where the rope is overlapped and it goes over, all the tension goes to those couple points and it doesn't go to the knot. Therefore, when you drop a bunch of weight into it, you are able to untie it. But that's not what happens here. He ends up cutting this tree loose, and they hang it, and it's sitting there, and now they can't untie the rope. So I'm just curious, as a psychic, did you think about possibly having to untie the rope at some point. So cutting a perfectly good rope, that is destruction of property. I don't like that. Get a friction device, or learn a couple proper ways to anchor a rope so you don't have to cut it. He then goes into a promo where he says there's a link in his bio for a selfie stick. That's zesty. I don't like that. I don't like selfie sticks. I don't want to own a selfie stick. And I just don't like it. I just don't think I like it. It's not. Yeah, I don't like it. Safety standards, apparently, for Drew also. Not really important unless he wants them to be for that specific time. He thinks walking is more dangerous than climbing. That's only because he falls on his ass like he's trying to be Jacob Rogers as he gets down out of the tree. And I can't say I agree with him there. He apparently has more trouble walking on his own 2 feet than he does climbing trees. I don't know if he's just an amazing tree climber or a bad walker. That's, yeah, it's kind of up to him to decide. I don't really know. What do we got? So then he questions Tim. I don't know if Tim got a chance to. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you took shots in the video. Did you? Probably they were back shots, knowing you. I would say they were definitely back shots, but he took shots at you in the video, and says that he watched some. I think he may even called you an arborist, which that's disrespectful to arborists. But he says that he watched a guy on YouTube fall a log into a parking lot, an asphalt parking lot, and that this gentleman put a couple impact logs, and that he thinks it was worse for you to put the impact logs than to just fall the tree directly onto the parking lot. I don't watch Jacob. I only watch Randy. No, I'm talking about Drew, climber Drew. He said that he watched your video and that he questioned what you did. I think that's a good rule to go by. I think he'll probably stay safe that way if he just questions everything that you do. But in this particular case, what up, Timber Slasher? In this case, I think you were right. He wanted to. He seemed to think in the video that you fell the log into the asphalt parking lot. He seemed to think that it would be less likely to damage the parking lot if you just fell the stem or the tree straight into the parking lot. That it would be more harmful that you put the impact logs. Which I don't know where his disconnect is there. Why he would think having a bigger footprint to disperse the impact would possibly hurt it more, but I really don't know what he's thinking. Now, if the smaller and thinner that impact, it's going to take it in one spot, especially if it's got branches on it. If you've dropped anything onto an asphalt parking lot, a limb itself could stab a hole through the blacktop. Now, the likeliness of a log hitting perfectly even as it impacts the parking lot, also pretty small. You just guess when you do tree work, right on. So he says if Tim was right, well, he says if this other guy was right, let me know why. So here's why Tim's decision, and I'll never admit this. If anybody asks me if I ever said this, I won't admit it. Tim was right in this situation. A bigger footprint to disperse that impact will help. Like, It's just like, think about you when you walk around with snowshoes on. There's a reason they're much wider than your feet. Because if they were skinny, you would rip right through the snow. So, and on top of it, you're not going to end up with any holes getting stabbed because of any of the branches or limbs, but that is what it is. Tim got lucky. I mean, even a broke clock's right twice a day. Just think of it that way. We need that book. So worry more. You should definitely worry more about the book. But so then Drew starts crying about his spikes, making his little calves raw and sore. He wants to know why they're making his calves raw and sore. Because you wear real climbing boots. There's a reason. There's like legit climbing boots. You can buy these Arb Pros and stuff like that. I promise you, it's not going to be as comfortable as a legitimate logging boot that has a steel shank in the foot. It's got a heel to hold the spike on. It's much taller leather, like I was talking about in the live feed midweek. If you've ever climbed with tall boots, like we always call them hooker boots, but the tall loggers and put spikes on, that's a next level of comfort where everything becomes one. And it's, if you've ever climbed with little short boots on, it's a level of uncomfort that you just can't, there's no comparison. So like if you're not wearing the proper boot, if that heel isn't proper, it's going to allow it to move and wiggle and jiggle and do all kinds of fruit stuff. So get some real climbing boots. Make sure your spikes are adjusted out for your legs. You want it to be gripping up towards the top of the calf so that the calf stops it from coming down. Also, put some cushion. Like mine are older, so with mine, I usually have that same issue. I'll get like a sore on my shin where one of mine rubs. So I wrap my calves with ace bandages. I have these really wide, thick ace bandages. I just pull my sock down, wrap my leg up, pull my sock over it, then put my spike on. I don't end up with any, like a little sore on my shin. And mine's because my shins have scars from like skating where I busted my shins open. So it's really, they get tender and sore there. So get some cushion. Maybe that'll help. But I'm like top 1,000. I suck. Top 1,000's good. Yeah, facts. What the hell? Nah. You make it into the top 100, Brandon, for not being a sissy. You at least make it into the top 100 for just not being a sissy. Sometimes you baby boy Brandon, and you're growing out of it. You're not that way all the time, but when you're not a sissy, you're definitely making it into like, okay, top 200 at least. Let's do that. What you got going for you is there's too many sensitive ass tree guys out there anymore, trying to like bring TikTok dances and weird shit into tree work. So yeah, that makes you good. Yeah. Then all of a sudden in Drew's video, it goes into political talk. That's stupid. I don't like that at all. He starts. It's okay. Political talk is like TikTok. Here in the tree industry, we don't need either. We don't need that. Keep your politics to yourself. And for God's sake, if you have a TikTok, don't let any other man know that. That's sus. You shouldn't have that. So Drew is a very thought-provoking kind of a guy. I think maybe his problem is that he thinks too highly of his own intelligence. So when you make a goofy mistake, you fall on your face, or you overthink things, you start to analyze it too deeply. Um, Maybe focus just on learning tree climbing instead of being this profound thinker all the time, and you wouldn't have sore shins or scraped knees. This is my advice for the week. You're welcome. Um, I want to hurry up and get to this guy. Okay, I'm I'm taking the gloves off. Let's see, where does he fall? Oh man, that's so far away still. Okay, let's run through these. Next is Buck and Billy Ray Smith. So Buckin put out the smartest chainsaw filing tool I've ever seen. So this tool he's talking about has been out for like over a decade. I've seen tons of people in his live feeds suggest this tool to him. He would do like he always does, tell you, basically speak to you like you're ignorant, and tell you that the way he does it is all you need. That other stuff's unnecessary. It's just, but whatever, if that's what you gotta have, he'd make you feel less than. Well, now that he's figured out that this tool works, he feels the need to bring it to people and act like he basically just invented this little Husqvarna tool. And it's a weird little fold-out thing. I had it a long time ago, and after a few times of using it to knock the guides down on my blade, it like turns into a knife. So it's like so sharp it would gash your hand open. So, whatever. I just don't like that he would belittle people when they would tell him, you should try this. I don't need that. Why would you need that? You only need this and this. And then now, oh, you guys gotta see this thing. I just find that weird. He's now saying that he's basically always used square ground since he began doing falling, which I don't know if that's true. I kind of feel like the problem with him is that he's put his whole life on the internet, and you can quickly check that. But whatever. Then I just noticed it's hard for me to watch. He talks to you like you're mentally disabled, and I don't like that. I don't know. It's just hard to watch sometimes. But is he a good logger? You bet your ass he is. Is he good with a chainsaw? Fuck yeah. Not saying nothing about that. I just don't know about all the other stuff, if you know what I mean. So, next. Oh, is Joey in here? Joey Cat. The Z-Runner. If you ain't seen Joey, if you don't know Joey, you ain't met one of the greatest characters to ever step foot into the tree industry. You're missing out if you don't know Joey. Joey, he parties. You may catch him at times with his jaw in his watch pocket. But he came up with the Z-Runner, and like, I don't know why you wouldn't trust your life on the thing. Plus, if you needed to, at any point, you could use it for a deadly weapon and destroy somebody with it. I think it's like made out of wrought iron. It's like this big, but you won't fall. What'd that say? Just remember Joey. Yeah, Joey's the man. Joey is the man. I like him. I like him because he's different. Like, I don't want a bunch of stands where everybody's the same. I like it. He's a little crazy, and he's like, every once in a while, if he's in a bad mood, he'll be like, "You suck," and I'm like, "Hell yeah, I like that. That's cool." Joyer. That's a rumor, sir. I don't know. Drew's on Grinder too. Oh my god, that could be real. That could be real. You guys won't believe what I'm about. Like, okay, I got Rion Rounds. I got Lone Wolf. Those are both gonna go really quick, and then the next one is fucking insane. I live rent free in this gentleman's head and have for a long time. So let's do Rion Rounds. Rion Rounds put out a video, homeowner. What up, Chris? Does he party with barbecue sauce? Bro, do you like listen to my conversation? That's crazy that you said that. Because yeah, I will have to talk in text about it, but I have some theories about yeah. So Rion put out a video, homeowners, semicolon, or I don't know, the dot, whatever that is. I think it's semicolon, whatever. I can't believe you did this in one day. Now, I don't know if this customer or homeowner is just stupid, but if someone showed up with 20 to 30 million dollars in equipment, I wouldn't be surprised that they're fast, okay? I would be expecting it. You know, it's do you realize what he showed up with? Kalu? So, yeah, he shows up with like 20 to 30 million, two different cranes, 6 different chipper trucks, fucking 2 Felipes and a partridge in a pear tree, and this guy's like, oh, dang, you're fast. Of course he is. Good Lord. He has the equipment that's 7 tree companies combined. So, not really surprised he was fast. He's the quickest, but it's kind of boring. I'm sorry. Crane work is boring. Like, you got to put some effort into it to make it enjoyable to watch. I will eat crow at the end of this live feed because I may rip on somebody, but when you do good, you do good. Like, I can't manipulate and lie. I tell the truth. Everything I say is 100% fact, according to my opinion. But yeah, he's the quickest, but man, it's getting boring, and it's still. I feel like Rion is cool. I don't know why he's got to be so cringy. Good morning, YouTube friends. Ugh, no thank you, sir. No thank you. And I would just like to say, a real tree guy doesn't go to the gym. He just goes to work, okay? Just so you know, you don't go to the gym, you go to work. Now, if you're not going to go to work that day, you may go to the gym. But if you got to go to the gym before you go to work, are you working? Or you just sitting? It's just my opinion. Yeah, I'm shout out to Rion. Good for him. It's became a well-oiled operation that is insane to watch. But if you've seen it once, you've seen it a billion times. It's that it's that deliberate and it's that dialed in that if you've seen it once, you've seen it a million times. It's hard to want to watch that over and over and over. Yeah, but he started. No, he didn't. He started his own. I didn't think he worked for that monster. He started Rion Round's Monster Tree Service, and he ended up switching it because there was a Monster Tree Service, and they came in. I don't think he ever worked for that big operation, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if the views are all you're concerned about, good, man. I think, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay? Um, I wouldn't get caught dead saying something goofy, but he gets the views. That's all that matters, right? No, it doesn't. I don't know if I proved that before, but as soon as this little shit's over with, all my shit's going probably right back behind that paywall. Don't care who sees it. If you don't appreciate what I do and all that. So, Lone Wolf Outdoors is the next channel. And if you don't know him, his name is $50 is $50. That's his name. Maybe you don't know his name, but that's his name. He puts out a video, the best barbecue ever, the best barbecue wood ever, or something like that. Chainsaw cutting. There's a couple exclamation points or something. So I couldn't watch it. Mainly because he's in tennis shoes, using a lady saw, and wasn't wearing PPE, and they look like a ponytail. So then he starts to give me, so you don't razz me $50 about the adjust my camera. You can't tell me to adjust my camera when you're fucking recording videos like off an Android that's like blown out when the saw's running and muffled like crazy to where I can't even hear you talk when you speak. But I think he stacks his trailer backwards. He loads it like it's a dump trailer. But then I realized he hand unloads it, which I would not do. I would throw a rope around it and yank that shit off. But if you want to hand unload, one thing I gotta say about $50 is he ain't afraid of working. My guy works his ass off and has no problem working. So, here's where shit gets wild. Next channel is JLM Tree Service. And this one blew my mind. I didn't even know what to say when I watched this. So, I almost skipped over this because I was trying to like choose who should I watch, who shouldn't I, because I didn't have a whole bunch of Rion was not affiliated with Monster Tree. It's exactly what I thought. That's what I thought. Not the franchise. Like I said, he started Rion's Monster Tree Service or something like that. And it had similar kind of logos, and then all of a sudden that Monster Trees franchise came through and tried to slap a fucking franchise in everyone's town, and I don't know. I say, that's what I think about that. Listen to this shit, though. Ground Pounder spitting facts. No, Brandon, I don't think so. You guys all want to compete with each other. What? Who are you talking to? Everyone posts on. Yeah, I don't really care. Like, my shit's not. I'm not trying to. It doesn't matter if mine even gets viewed. So yeah, I'm not competing with nobody. Are you serious? I'm only making content because everyone else's content sucks, and I feel bad for everybody. I mean, what are you talking about? Yours was so shitty this week, I had to post a video to make up for it. You realize that? Because Saturday morning. Yeah. No, actually, the only reason I posted mine then is because it was too late when mine finally got uploaded last night. I made that video yesterday. And by the time I had it done, it would have uploaded at some crazy late time. And I was like, I'm not uploading it at like, I think it probably would have made it up around 1. And I was like, fuck, I'll push it 6 more hours. And I think I made it, I think it came up around, I think I put it at like 7 or something like that. I don't really remember. I also don't care. I'm not like you, old tenderfoot. I don't give a damn about the views or the likes. You know? I don't know what else I can do to prove it. But next, this one takes the cake. JLM Tree Service puts out a video called Large Tree Crashes Through Barn in a Windstorm. This was the point where I was choosing which videos that I was going to talk about tonight, and I was like, I may skip over that one because, like, I don't know. I don't know if I have time to watch it. Then I watch it, and the whole video was about me. Like, tell me how weird that is. If you randomly go to support somebody's channel, you click on their video, and the whole video they talk about you. And they're all butt hurt and get their feelings hurt. This fucking blew my mind. I don't even know what to say about this. Except for this, I live rent free in homie's head to the point that it's not healthy. You may need to get yourself checked. So, JLM Tree Service puts out the video called Large Tree Crashes Through Barn in a Windstorm. The video starts and there's text. It says, this video was recorded last year during the fall. I didn't want to upload this video, but finally decided there is a place for it on YouTube. Here's my response. I don't know what any of that means. That means jack shit to me. Like, that, none of that made sense. Dude, I am out on homeboy. He got, no, not after this. I don't know what he was setting up. So he says, I filmed this video last fall, but didn't upload it. But now I'm going to upload it because there's a place on YouTube for it. And it starts, and he goes, oh, Stillborn, yeah, you're a troll. You're a troll, buddy. Like, he got his feelings hurt. And I was like, what the fuck? Why does this have anything to do with me? What the fuck is this guy talking about? I'm like, what? So I'm like, what? Why didn't he post this? So he's held on to this video for like 6 to 8 months. Why is he, what happened that he got his feelings hurt this bad? And are you talking to me, Tim? So he puts his text and then starts the video saying that I get underneath people's skin. He says that the intro is him saying, I'm good at getting under people's skin. And that's a fact. I am. I've said this since the beginning. If you have an insecurity as a man, I'll bring it out of you. That's just what I do. I don't know why. I've stated before what you should do, the way you should respond, but I'm not doing it again. If you get your feelings hurt, that means you get too many damn feelings. Suck it up, Buttercup. So this video goes on. He's got a tree that's on a shed. I'm thinking he must make some major mistake in this video, and that's the reason he decided not to upload this video for 8 months and was afraid to upload it. Turns out that's not the case. The reason he didn't upload this video for 8 months is because he got his little feelings hurt by me. Then he makes a full-out asshole of himself being this pussy, and he realized it. So he's like, I don't want to upload that. You shouldn't have uploaded this. You shouldn't have. If you held it for 8 months, you should have just kept it, okay? Watch the whole thing. Dude, what the fuck's wrong? Like, how the fuck am I in your head that much? You said, okay, let's just go through it. So, I get underneath people's skin. He does his little fake character where he's like, but it's okay, buddy, it's okay. I've tried to give him advice. Stop playing this holier-than-thou YouTube character and be real. The real guy would be like, you pissed me off. I didn't really like that. But instead, it's okay, buddy. At one point he says he loves me. No, actually, no, absolutely not. No, we're not doing this. You don't love me. No. So he says at one point, he says, you're kind of a troll. And I would agree. But I would counter with, well, he says you're kind of a troll. I would say you're 100% a pudgy little puss. What are you getting your feelings hurt so much for? Why is my name being said So much. I'm telling you. You don't. You said you love me. That's gay. You don't love me. That's weird. Stop. If you like me, we're buddies. That's cool. But like even in the beginning of the video, we're not buddies. I'm not your pal. I back that 100%. I don't need any friends. I don't want no friends. Um he says don't hate, appreciate. Okay, that's one of them things that the sensitive little fellers do where we only can say positive things. Let's uplift each other and we can tug on each other. We can sit in a circle and spit in each other's mouths. This is zesty. I don't like any of this. So he's too busy talking about me in the video, and he actually forgets to even record what he's doing, which is Jesus Christ, dude, stop thinking about me. I'm not thinking about you. Why are you thinking about me? Don't stop thinking about me. I don't like that you're thinking about me. Stop it. He even admits I was too busy talking shit and forgot to. Yeah, stop thinking about me. Don't think about any. I would say you should never be thinking about another man that much. You should never moan another man's name that many times in a video too. You realize this is on the internet for good. Half your video was you saying my name. I didn't like any of it. So apparently I scare him so much that he held on to this footage for 8 months because he knew I was gonna. I'm not trolling you over nothing you did. I'm not teasing you about your skills or nothing like that. You're too sensitive. These are the guys that are trying their best to kind of, hey, I'm one of you guys. Hey, I'm one of you guys. Yeah, exactly, Bert. And I like it that way. But for you to say you held on to this footage, at no point in this video did he make a mistake that would warrant not uploading it. The only reason he didn't upload this video is because he makes an ass out of himself. You sound like some sensitive little puss talking about how, oh, I bullied you and I'm just trolling you and I'm so mad. Dude, suck it up. I'm telling you, next time, if you're going to say my name 50 times in your video, put my fucking name in the title and maybe we'll get you some views, okay? If you're going to say my name 50 times, put in the title. Now, I would have never said anything about you. You decided to put out this fruit-ass video where half of it is you talking about me. That's weird. That's weird. Delete it. Take it down. I would. Aren't you embarrassed? Come on, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know. So this all of this of him having his feelings all hurt is all for one specific reason. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Actually, I know I'm not wrong. I sat in a houseload of people and I let them all watch the video. Everyone heard the same thing I heard. I like that. I like that, John. So, here's what his problem is with me. He put out a video where he was using a crane at one point. Oh, yeah, I guess I should. Pussy. That's the violation. This is all over me saying that when he was taking a tree off of a house, that his blade from his chainsaw hit the metal roof. The reason I know that it hit the metal roof is because I have fucking ears. Come on, man. And not only did I tell him, like, he tried to argue this silly ass point with me, I didn't say that you gashed a hole in these people's roof. I didn't say you tore a hole in their roof. I didn't say you sawed their roof in half. I said your chain hit the roof. Your blade on your chainsaw, to be more specific and proper, hit the roof. That's all I said. So if anybody gets a chance and you get time, the video is called, that he put out, was called Heavy Lifting Heavy Lifting exclamation, gotta have the exclamation point. Dash 40-ton crane job. Quotes, part 2. The timestamp is 29 minutes and 10 seconds. You can hear his chain nick the roof. This is all I said. The reason I know that it nicked the roof is because metal makes a completely different sound than cutting wood. I didn't say it's you ripped a hole through it. I didn't say you sawed the roof, and I said it hit. Because it's very, very obvious. I had a house load of people. I let everyone listen. I said, do you hear that blade on the chainsaw hit the roof? Yeah. Yeah, I heard that. It's kind of, some people said, it's kind of subtle though. Like you have to really be listening for it. Yeah. But whether you got to really listen for it or you blatantly hear it, facts are facts, ass bag. What do you, like, you got all your you got your feelings hurt and made this video the next day. Because I would think this is probably right after that video where I hurt his feelings over me saying that he nicked the roof. I may have embellished a little bit, like when I said it was like, you cut the roof in half. If you don't understand sarcasm, that's your own damn fault. I don't, fuck, have a sense of humor. Stop taking everything so serious. But you nicked the roof. You can hear it when it happens. And me teasing you about that only because I thought you could handle it. And I only do this to bring attention to some of them channels. Now, do you think it'll do me any good if anybody goes to your channel and watches your video? Absolutely not. It will do no good for me. It may help you though. I think I've brought some attention to your channel. But man, you got your feelings hurt. And I've never been so embarrassed and aggravated at somebody while watching their video where I was just like, damn, that's disappointing. Like, I thought we were men. Turns out I'm a man, you not so much. So, like, the teasing was too much. So, for that and all your extra feelings, I'm very sorry. And, nope. Actually, I just decided I'm not. Your puss. Suck it up, buttercup. I don't care if you like it or not. Facts are facts. If you hit the damn roof, you hit the roof. Who cares? Pussy behavior. So, I don't like that video. I think it sucks. You know, the best part about it is you said my name like 50 times. And I don't. Even though that's the best part, I don't like that. Stop repeatedly moaning my name. That's gay. Knock it off. That's enough, okay? That's enough. I'm going to let that go. Guilty of teasing? Yeah. I'll start a YouTube channel, yeah. Jesus Christ, man. And then at one point he says, it's all good, brother. I know what you're doing. I get it. I get it. But oh, man, you can get under people's skin. And then he does this really fake laugh. And my wife's like, that's creepy and weird. She even watched. She's like, that's weird. Michael, she's like, I think he's really pissed off at you. And you want to know what we gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing. You sit there, shut your mouth, take it. You ain't gonna do nothing. So, shut up. Alright? Suck it up, pussy. Sorry I gotta be so mean and direct about it, but like, it is what it is. Yeah, Bert, you just gotta get zesty and stupid, brother. Like, you gotta, yeah. If you try really hard, yeah, get a banana, Tim. Fuck. Alright. Speaking of the old banana swallower, now we are to Veterans Tree Service. So, veterans put out a video called Removing 3 Maple Trees Over a Fence. So, the video starts, and it's crazy. I've seen lifts. I've seen tow behinds. I've seen bucket trucks. It's crazy that Tim decided to buy a suck it truck, which it's kind of like a bucket truck, but for the zesty, you know? So he's in his little suck it truck, and while he's up there, he's like, I don't need to wear a harness. That's dumb. Um, if I could be absolutely honest and real right now, legit, one of the best climbers I've ever known in my life, a guy that I absolutely idolized when I was a kid, that was my dad's tree climber. He was the man. And he went to work for a larger company one time. And he was in a bucket truck. He got the knuckle of the boom up against like a stop or something, and he didn't notice it. So he hits the controls, and it finally rips and breaks off. And it launched him out of the bucket truck onto his neck, killed him. And the sad part was that his son worked for the same crew, and he showed up and found his dad. Um, Sucky, shitty situation. Shouldn't have ever happened. So, like, yeah, I mean, I get it, dude. Like, you just didn't feel like, but I don't want to give you a hard time. But that's just, I think, it's far too simple to slap that stuff on and have it on. It's not like it's like hindering you from doing anything, but I mean, it's your life. You can live it how you want. But the more important shit is that you're not good at rigging when you're in real trees. So you got little telephone pole trees, baby trees, those trees that are like straight little sticks, and they got the little fuzzy the branches coming off of them. We got sap in them and shit like that. So you put him in a real tree, and he gets to struggling. Um, yeah, that's. I think he. The reason, yeah, as they're okay, yeah, as they're working, he has them hold off, and the ground guy's like, "Hey, can I start the chipper?" And Tim's like, "Hang on, I'll get down here in a little bit and suck start that thing," and that's crazy to do. Um, so it's not just a Harley thing; it's also being done with chippers, and I don't know if I like. I know I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Um, Brandon, have a good one, brother. Thanks for hanging out. So real trees require a bit more planning and execution. And here's where and this is where he gets in trouble. He just, he can't it's difficult for him. He tries his best. He tries his best. But he gets to one point and he limb walks about 6 foot out of branch. And I think he was going to throw himself a party over it. I think he had amazed himself. He started talking about these guys out in the Midwest act like this is hard. Really? No, I don't even know. I think if you were categorizing it correctly, that would be like a sucker walk. Like an epicormic growth walk is what you did. You didn't do a limb walk. You did an epicormic growth walk. That's what it is. Um, I could see his little knees shaking. He was all scared. He shook like a possum shitting peach seeds. And I stopped being so scared. He edits out the groundies having to struggle to get all his limbs out of the branches and stuff, which is nice. I appreciate the fact he did it, but it's very obvious that there were, I think, in total, there were 8 hours worth of footage edited out of the ground guy struggling because Tim didn't know how to rig. So all that happens. Most of the limbs get stuck. Jordan has to help Tim. Tim's like, "Can you do this, please? He gets stuck." And Jordan's like, "Yeah, Tim. I mean, yeah." So he helps Tim. And Tim was just trying to hurry up. I think he probably had a banana on the ground he was looking to swallow. So he was rushing. He used I don't like it when you use rings. Get your little pussy pulleys back. You're a pulley puss. All right? I don't see you using rings no more. You're a little pulley puss. All right. You like those. You stick with those. Don't be trying to use the rings like a cool guy. It don't suit you. Okay. So then he's gonna follow the log, and of course he absolutely misses it. Um, Almost takes the whole house out. Maybe not, but maybe. Um, and that's on the first stem. I do gotta give him some credit. He does get a little better, and on the last maple that he gets into. He doesn't totally suck on this one, which shout out to him. That shows progression and that he's getting better. So good job, little guy. I'm proud of you. Then what? Okay, he says it. Oh, okay, yeah. And during that last tree, he's like, man, this if this isn't a bucking Billy Rayism, I don't know what the fuck is. Where you state the absolute obvious, but pretend like it's something you come up with. Like, like, in my opinion, smoking cigarettes isn't good for your lungs. So Tim says, man, it feels like I have to tend twice as much rope when I use DRT. But yeah, he's like, I mean, I don't know the science behind it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this guy. I think there's a screw loose, but whatever. And then rumor has it he had an entire bushel of bananas that he swallowed after the job without chewing. I don't like that. So double line is so I know. I try to tell you. Like it is dumb. You got to move way too much rope. I don't. If you have issues doing a limb walk, use single line. Slap yourself a hand ascender or something to be able to tend one-handed on your way back up. Or I don't really know. Um, if you've ever seen the 3-to-1 setup, it helps for limb walking. But like, I don't get double rope. Like, it just unless I'm doing something where I'm repeatedly retrieving my rope over and over and over and over, and even then I don't want to use it. Like it's just if you get halfway decent at single line, you'll understand you'll never go back. I think the D string. But it could be dick right to the teeth, I think. I don't know. I don't know what Tim meant. So what up, Mark? Yeah, sorry. Sorry, my bad. I didn't know somebody was being serious there. I was just joking. Alright. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for Tim. Yeah, you, yeah, no tickets. Just don't compare yourself to a Midwest tree climber. There's levels of this, and you're just not there. You're just not. You're just not there. No Troy garbage technique. um, all right. So next channel is Sizemore Tree Works. Now he put out a video called Zesty HOA Logging at its finest. I don't like it. Um, he looks like a dirty hippie armpit or something. Whoever told him that it's okay to grow that facial hair should be smacked. He should stop that. He's like like a dirty hippie armpit or vagina or something face. Dirty hippie vagina face. I don't like it. There was something else I was gonna say, but yeah, I mean, I did get some information that I think a lot of people think that the channel is named because that's his last name, but turns out it's not. It's actually not. Now, just like his mother Christine, his his name is just Justin. It's just like Christine, his mom, Justin. So the name of the channel actually refers to the size clothes that he wears. Now, everyone knows there's youth size, there's small, medium, large, extra extra large, and then there's also size more. And you know, it's just what it is. So that's all I got for that. Troy's right down the street from me. Oh, really? That's awesome. All right. Well, speaking of Troyer, Troyer the Destroyer, weirdest put out a video called "Weirdest Chainsaw Ever." That's how you make a title. I like that. He uses one of them little ego saws, and I don't know how I don't know how that. Like, I'm confused. I don't know how this guy did it, but somehow he made a video using an electric saw, and it didn't absolutely suck. It was a little more feminine than a real chainsaw would have been, but it didn't suck. It didn't totally suck. I think the winning technique was to put music over the god awful chatter and noise of an electric or battery powered chainsaw, which sounds like caca. But the only complaint I have is that the music stopped, and I had to listen to the last cut, and that chattery mess is gross. I don't like that. But other than that, somehow he managed to make the video, and I kind of liked it. So don't tell anybody I said that. That's it. So August put out a video next. August Honeyke put out a video called "Smoking Ropes on a Huge Cottonwood Removal." All right, I have some issues here. So it turns out August prefers and likes to use cat pee rigging ropes. I think that's weird, and I also think it's gross. His rope guy is going to get some weird cat pee disease on him, and I don't like that. I think it's weird. He has access, like monkeybeaver.com, buy all gear, do this. You don't have to use cat pee rope. That's gross, and I'm pretty sure you're going to catch something. And you probably don't want to catch it, whatever it is. That's gross. So, just my advice there, don't use cat pee ropes. Just don't. That's nasty. Cats are disgusting. So, he does at least make bucket work enjoyable to watch, which is the hardest thing to do. But I think with bucket work, where helmet cam can be more entertaining and enjoyable to watch when you're climbing, I absolutely hate helmet cam when it comes to bucket work. I would prefer the ground view, where you see the bucket, you see the whole operation going on. So he shows some of the bucket baby work from the ground, and I kind of I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't hate it. So I would like to point out that has anyone seen this jailbait tool? I think it's called jailbait. It's only for underaged people or something like that. I don't know. It's some kind of friction device. He showed it off a while back. He showed all of his followers and was like, "This is a good device." And it turns out it's not even good enough for him to use a second time. He used it one time because I don't know if this guy paid him to do it or what. And he also sells them on monkeybeaver.com. But that thing is a boat anchor. And I mean, if you promote something to your followers, I would hope it would be good enough for you to use more than once. But I find it interesting that he would rather use a small Stein bollard looking porter wrap before using the jailbait, which I agree. I think that thing is caca, but yeah, I find it entertaining that we don't use that device, and it got all this attention, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so it." No, it's not. I said it sucked from the beginning, and it still sucks. So where's that at? If it's only good when you're doing an advertising video, it's not good. So the video goes on, and he, at one point, I think it's like 8 minutes into the video, he pops a top off, and he smokes his climb line. But he doesn't really show it or nothing like that. Doesn't point it out. Doesn't discuss it afterwards. Maybe it looked worse than it actually was. But man, where he's saying smoking ropes, well, his rigging rope slammed down onto his climb line, and like I legit feel like I seen smoke from where the two were rubbing. But hopefully, for his sake, it didn't burn all the way through his rope. But even though a rope isn't actually touching your climb line before you make the cut, doesn't mean when everything engages and the weight gets dropped into the system that it won't then go across your climb line and burn your shit in half. So just a heads up, keep your eyes open. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Now, even though his modern content, like his newer content, for me, I feel like it lacks a bit of personality from the original stuff that I used to watch. This is still good shit. So your video of the week is August Haneke. Smoking ropes on a huge cottonwood removal. I may have my opinion of the guy personally, but like, he's still the shit at times. He still kills it, and he's still very skilled. So, man, I wish we got more content like this. I can't say that I like really enjoyed the bucket stuff, but him climbing and rigging, it was so like nostalgic and nice to see. I really enjoyed the video. So he's definitely the man of the week. My favorite video this week. And if you've kept up with me, that's me eating crow and admitting when you're good, you're good. Personal opinion aside. The cat piss helped. Ugh, I bet it smelled like shit. Like, ugh, God. Can you imagine? Cat piss is so strong. And then, Damien was probably chewing on his fingernails afterwards. Fucking cat pee fingers. Nasty. Nasty. And he's like picking up dead bones and shit afterwards. I don't know. But, yeah, that's all I got. I wonder if JLM was there watching and just decided to stay quiet. You have to know that I was going to talk about that. You can't say my name 50 times and expect me to just deal with it. For what reason did you hold on to this footage for 8 months, 6 to 8 months? Why is it now good? Why is it now okay? I got a prank phone call where someone called me. They got their feelings hurt from this, and they called me, and they threatened to eat barbecue sauce out of my butt cheeks, which, gross, but that's just not something you should say to another man. And I laugh at that, and I'm like, whoa, have you ever tried ranch? And like, I'm quick-witted when I need to be. And it threw them all off. I guess they thought they were going to get me all mad, and I would get just super angry at the fact that they were going to, how dare you eat barbecue sauce out of my ass cheeks? No, I don't. That's your weird shit. Whatever, say whatever you want. why you found my phone number to prank call me is what it is. And then they said they know where I live, and then they said they're gonna kill my dog, and then they're gonna do this, and they're gonna do that. So it got more aggressive and angry as I didn't take the bait. So the problem with that is like I start to have my own theories of who I think did that when I see how offended some people get. So yeah, 850. I'm telling you, it was the wildest phone call I've ever got. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't say nothing about spicy. I think I think it would probably be like a honey barbecue, um, to counterbalance the ass taste. You know, I didn't. I don't. I'm not doing that. I don't think it's. I think it's gross. What about sriracha ass? How about that? Hey Jelly, what the fuck? You'd have the stickiest ass ever. Well, I guess honey barbecue you would too. What would be the worst though? Mayonnaise ass? Mayonnaise ass sounds crazy, doesn't it? Yeah. No, I don't think I like any of it. No, I mean they were. I have my theories. You know, the funny part is if I did something like that, I would tell somebody like eventually I'd be like that was me or that was my worker, which this is what I think it was. I think I offended someone. They're a complete fucking pussy. So they had someone else call to say stuff to get me back. They had their boyfriend call. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't really care, but what did that just say? Who hasn't been to jail here? Like all this barbecue in the cheeks talk. Like, so who hasn't been to jail? What the mustard ass is wild. Yeah, that's crazy. Yummy. Yeah, yeah. What about like what's the stuff that like shit? What's that? The like wasabi ass. Oh, what a wasabi ass. That'd be nasty. Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do. Yeah, except for he blocked you too, Pudding Cup. We're both to weird. Like that's what's crazy. I know I'm way too fucking manly for him because he even blocked him. What up, buddy? That's good, Chet. He's scared of me. Oh man. You guys are nuts, man. How long have I rambled? An hour and a half? That's far too long. That is far too long. No. Yeah, I did put out a video this week. It's just straight up. There's no foo-foo fluff in the video. I'm not, like always, I'm not telling you to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me something nice about myself so my confidence goes up. It's just dudes doing tree work. Men doing tree work. That's all it is. Doing it like real men do. There's some offensive stuff being said. We're not coddling each other and telling each other how great you are. Like, I just, some of you guys, I feel like I wouldn't even enjoy working with you because you're too sensitive. You're just too sensitive. What'd Timber say? You say something funny? Better not have been something funnier than what I say. Crazy. When I was a paramedic, I had a dude dead with Gabe Ford on TV and by Mr. Dude, okay. So my neighbor, I had he was covered in shit, and I had to pick him up off the ground, and he's a big dude. He was all clammy and wet and cold and nasty, and in his diaper covered in poop and shit all over the bed, and like this just happened, like and then I do all this, and like I had to pick him up multiple times that day. He's a big ass dude, and so he shits a lot. Um, so I picked him up multiple times, and then listen to this. Instead of being like, "Yo, thanks for doing all that," he does what most dudes would do. Like he's embarrassed. Um, yeah, he's embarrassed. So he's just like, "Hey, I'm gonna help you out. Basically, I'm gonna do you a favor." Instead of being like, "Hey, thanks for picking me up when I was covered in shit and couldn't lift myself off the ground." Like, cool. He's like, I have some of this. What do they call it? AstroTurf, because my dog runs past in my yard. I can't grow grass in a couple areas, so he's going to put down that fake AstroTurf to fill those spots. So he's like, "Hey, I've got a bunch of that. I'm going to bring you some over. I'm going to rent a bobcat and I'm going to lift it over your fence." If you've ever lifted that stuff or moved in it, it's so heavy. It's got lead shot filling it that weights it down, and it's full of sand and lead shot. So he finally, out of nowhere, he says, "I'm going to do it on the weekend." Well, Thursday happens, and I look up the road, and he's like trying to unload it off the trailer. He's falling all over himself trying to do it, and now he's better again. So I go up there to give him a hand, and he's like, and for some reason he acts really weird and awkward, like, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Hey, let me give you a hand. That way they don't fall off." And he's like, well, hey, Michael, I don't know. I don't know if there's even going to be enough for me. And I was like, what? And he's like, well, I don't think there's going to be enough for me. I didn't ask you for it. I don't know why you offered it. And if someone had picked me up and I had shit all over me, and I randomly decided to run over and be like, "I'm going to do this for you," I would do that for them no matter what. So like, all he would have had to say was, "Damn, I thought there was more than that." And I said, "No, keep it. I don't, like, do your thing. And then, like, if there's any left over, hit me up. That's cool." But some people, man, I swear, I get so sick of, like, helping some people. They're so ungrateful, but they pretend like they're super grateful. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of poopy pants over here right now. Hell yeah, boss. You too. Mine too short to break. Yeah, Lord, 100%. That's facts right there. That is a shitty story. Yeah, and the bad part is like his wife was sick for like a month, bedridden, couldn't even get up. So he caught the same sickness, and so like somehow by the grace of God, I didn't get sick either. Like I managed to go over there, walk in his shit, and pick his clammy, disgusting ass up 50 times that day, carry him into the fucking ambulance, put him on the gurney, like put him in his bed, put him in his chair, put him in on the couch. The only thing I didn't do was wipe his ass, and apparently neither did his wife or anyone that day because every time I came there he had more shit on him. So I'm just like, what are you doing? This is gross. Yeah, yeah, that got to me, John. I really got a little pissy. Well, guys, yeah, that's about it for me. Did you clean your fingers? No, no, I did go over and chew my fingernails afterwards, and about the third finger on the second hand, it clicked, and I was like, yeah. But I was in too deep at that point. You just finish, you know. So stalking about? No, I'm just talking about. I'm not stalking about though. You still stalking about? You just developed a lisp in text. That's crazy. That's fucking awesome. You guys suck more. I hate you guys. I'm out of here. Now I'm pissed off. Alright, I appreciate your time. You guys, this is where we end it. We all tell each other we suck and how bad we are. And like, if someone stumbles on this, they're going to be like, what the fuck? So, you guys, suck it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, but piss off. I'm done with this. Thanks for giving me your attention. I'll catch you next time. Stay safe and be careful out there. Have a good one.